tonight.
Once again, Michael C. Williams with the introductions.
And now once again from WinStar World Casino and Resort, Bellator MMA features the middleweight division. Set now for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'11", weighing in 185.9 pounds. His professional record 9-7. He fights out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Chauncey, the Machine Foxworth. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 6'1", weighing in 185.5 pounds. His professional record early on stands undefeated at 4-0, fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri, Johnny Eblen.
Ralph, are you ready? Are you ready? Right.
Here we go. Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste and only 96 calories. Johnny Eblen is in the red gloves. Chauncey Foxworth in the blue gloves.
Johnny Eblen is a very aggressive fighter. He was aggressive as a wrestler at Missouri, and it has just carried over into his MMA. All of his amateur and his pro fights. He is a guy that he likes to get after, he likes to get in your face, and he likes to create a pressure that breaks you.
And he would like to be, John, as you pointed out, the next great mixed martial artist who wrestled at Missouri. One of them is a 3-time champion in the Bellator cage. His name is Iron Michael Chandler.
Absolutely. Beautiful body lock takedown by Eblen there. You look at what Johnny Eblen is able to accomplish due to his ability to base and control, but he has turned into a guy that his stand-up has gotten very good. And you talk about all the guys at Mizzou, you got Ben Askren, Tyrone Woodley, and Michael Chandler. That's a nice compliment. If you can even come close to what those guys have accomplished, you're going to have a heck of a career.
Are they going to replace those Randy Couture's, Johnny Hendricks, and Daniel Cormier's from Oklahoma State? Or is Mizzou the next generation?
I'll tell you what, Mizzou's got something going, man. Nice elbow inside by Johnny Eblen.
Of course, Ed Ruth and Phil Davis probably wanted to say something about that. Heavy kick from Chauncey Foxworth, fighting out of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Mike Brown, Dean Thomas, James Krause, listed as the coaches, trainers for Johnny Eblen. Trains down in South Florida at American Top Team and at home in Kansas City. And he just rocked Foxworth.
Foxworth doing a good job of keeping himself under composure. He got rocked. Getting himself back to that over-under. Get all the cobwebs out from a shot that hurt him.
Eblen, on your scouting report, partner. Very aggressive, big right hand, and we've seen both of those so far.
Yeah, and the one thing I'm seeing, he's starting to really start to utilize those elbows. When he gets in that clinch, he's willing to separate, to throw that elbow. That's starting to show an evolution in his fighting ability and his technique, because most times a wrestler gets a hold of you, gets his hands on you, he doesn't want to let that go. And Johnny Eblen is now starting to get to a point he's letting it go so he can land that strike and do damage to his opponent.
Good pace to the start of this fight. By both men, Foxworth closes the gap quickly.
Chauncey's losing position off of technique. You can see that he's getting himself high. He's losing the underhook, and that's why you're seeing Johnny Eblen be able to turn him where he wants. He's got both hands. He's going to go for a run here. Chauncey needs to be very careful. He doesn't allow Eblen to take his leg and stick it over the top and end up getting his back while he's working to hold on to that Kimura grip. It's the one thing with a Kimura, Mike. Every time you grab hold of a Kimura and you try to dig it out when a guy's got it inside, it's nothing but strength. You are pulling with everything you have. And you got to be very careful because you can pull so much that you start emptying that gas tank and your arms start to go dead.
Under a minute.
Nice job by Chauncey to try to work himself back to his feet. He's not there yet. He's almost. Johnny Eblen brings that leg right back on top. Right now, Chauncey needs to keep Eblen's head down. Okay, he's going to pull him away from the fence. Don't let him get your back off of the fence. That fence is your friend. Now it's not. Nice mount position by Johnny Eblen.
Can he get a finish here with 20 seconds on the clock? Bucked off nicely by the machine, Chauncey Foxworth.
Good use of the cage, taking and wall walking to get himself over. James Krause is the real deal when you talk about being a martial artist.
Round 2. Chauncey Foxworth, the machine, making his Bellator debut in the blue gloves. His opponent the same. Johnny Eblen making his Bellator debut. He is in the red gloves, round 1, partner.
Round 1 definitely goes to Johnny Eblen, no doubt about it. Johnny Eblen does the same type of kicking attack that Matt Hughes used to do. He likes to take that step to the outside, bring the leg across. Matt Hughes became famous for doing that against Hayato Sakurai. Johnny's got that leg up. Good grip with his wrist over. Now he just decides if he wants to take and go to the body or if he wants to try to take and bring that leg in between his legs. Good job by Chauncey to move himself out. Little step off. This is the point where if you listened to the corner before, Dean Thomas was talking about get to a half guard and start to cook him, meaning I want you to get to a half guard position, put pressure, and start landing shots, and just being that guy that starts systematically wearing your opponent down.
Come on. That's it. Good. Good. Let's do that again. Guard high. That guard high.
Close guard now.
Chauncey, so far in this fight, is every time he's got himself with his head against the cage, he's done a good job of getting it, moving himself up and getting his back up on that cage to help him get up. We'll see if he can do it again here.
Johnny Eblen wrestled at Missouri, 87 collegiate victories. High school champion his senior year. Started wrestling at age 4. 4-0 as a professional with 4 finishes. 3 by knockout, 1 by guillotine choke. '17th career fight for Chauncey Foxworth. Coming off a rear naked choke 3rd round victory back in January.
Johnny's in that doing exactly what his coach told him. Get to that half guard, start to put pressure. You see him doing the ride. This is like Randy Couture used to like to do. Get him towards the fence, get into that ride from half guard. Just start landing shots and beating your opponent down. Chauncey Foxworth is a strong individual because he's gotten himself out of some bad positions with just pure strength. You have to be impressed. Johnny Eblen brings him down with that body lock again. Chauncey is a very tough, strong guy.
Eblen, his nickname, really keeping the pressure on Chauncey Foxworth here in round number 2 with under 2 on the clock.
Again, looking for that Kimura grip. The problem with that grip is when you are in a position you don't have control of the legs, it is not a strong position for you to get that arm, and a guy can swing around. Now, the fence is going to stop Johnny from being able to do that. But you got to be very careful when you have both arms in that Kimura grip and you don't have control of your opponent's body, lower body with your legs.
Bellator fans, you want the same gear the fighters wear and more? Find new official Bellator MMA gear, Kimbo Slice bobbleheads, and much more at BellatorShop.com. Mike Goldberg, Big John McCarthy, Our crew here inside the WinStar World Casino and Resort, 19th time they have hosted Bellator MMA. The first was Bellator 86 in January of 2013. Last time, Bellator 210, November 30th of last year.
Had a heck of a card on that night, didn't they?
Yes, indeed.
That thing was full. I was like, I wish I was.
Where were we?
I think we were in Italy.
Yeah. Genoa, yeah, we were both wishing we were doing that.
Nice job of getting back down. Now he's in side control position. Let's see if Johnny can start to open up a little bit and do some damage.
That's not fair. Genoa was fun, and so was Milan. Final seconds of the round. Third and final round.
Chauncey Foxworth, he's going to have to do something special in this round if he wants to win this fight.
Down 2 love. Red gloves. 4-0 Johnny Eblen. Fighting out of Kansas City. Trains an American top team under Mike Brown, Dean Thomas in the crew. Trains at home in Kansas City. Glory MMA with James Krause. Chauncey Foxworth. Trains out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, Off the Chain MMA.
Timing is everything. Just did that, just a little bit off. Johnny gets down into his legs. He's gonna get him down to the ground here. You see him pull those legs out towards his hips. Chauncey going back to that Kimura. But again, look where his hand's at. It's on his forearm. It's not gonna do anything from there. Oh, big chance. That's the kind of risk he's got to take, though. I give Chauncey a lot of credit for going after that.
And this is uncharted territory, big time, in the professional career of Johnny Eblen, because all 4 of his pro wins have come in the first round. His, I will say, 2 longest fights were both 2 minutes and 21 seconds. So he's got a 101, a 137, and 2 finishes at 221. He did go the distance a couple of times as an amateur, but this is the first time he's gone this deep in a fight as a professional, John.
No, this is good for him, and he needs this. But one thing you got to look at what he's got with his left arm. Right now, Johnny has the arm of Foxworth in a position where he's laced it in and he has no control of his left arm. Johnny can open up. If he takes that right hand that he has, he can open up with punches.
Move your hips, there you go.
You just let go of it.
Come on.
Guys, we gotta work on this game.
Jason Herzog coming in, telling him if you got to move, do something, or I'm going to stand you. And if you're looking at Chauncey Foxworth, he's sitting there going, go ahead. I would appreciate that right now.
Get up.
Saw the main event, co-main event, coming up later tonight, live on Paramount Network. Just over 90 minutes away from the start of the main card. Lyndon Vassell at heavyweight against Valentin Moldovsky and Sanchez and Karhanian 2 in the main event of the evening.
This is a very good fight for Johnny because he's got a guy that's not giving up on anything. North-south choke attempt, twist, gets himself out. Everything that Johnny goes after, Chauncey Foxworth says, no, I am not settling for that, and he gets himself out. This is the type of fight that changes you as a fighter. Eblen is not getting damage, which is a good thing. He's going after a choke right here. You can possibly get a 10-finger guillotine. Not quite there yet.
He's working it, John.
He's working, but he needs to use that fence. If he can drive his hips towards the fence, he can use that fence as a leverage point to help with pressure. It doesn't have it.
Chauncey Foxworth is out with 90 seconds on the clock here in this fight.
Very impressed with the effort that Foxworth has put out as far as not allowing things to just settle. Every time that Johnny puts him in a position, he fights his way through it. He gets himself to a better position. And that takes a lot of heart and a lot of desire to do, and it is making Johnny work very hard in this fight, something he hasn't had to do in any of his previous 4 professional wins.
Another takedown for the Missouri wrestler.
Chauncey again getting himself to position, trying to get himself back up. Eblen's now getting to the point he's starting to do a ride, just, you know, locked, get myself a nice gable grip around his waist. He's not going to go anywhere. Got my leg laced through. I'm just trying to hold on because I know this fight is getting close to the end, and I am tired of trying to put this guy in a bad position because he keeps getting out.
Well, 3 rounds, 15 minutes, no problem for Johnny Eblen. Goes the distance for the first time in his professional career.
Here's what I'm talking about. With Johnny goes inside, throws an elbow, big punch. Here's that slam he had. Second round, bringing him up and down. Didn't quite get him with that rotation exactly like he wanted. Body lock takedown, brings him down. But you gotta give it to Chauncey Foxworth. He kept fighting throughout the fight. Nice combination there. Here's your flying knee attempt. You can see it hits, it just doesn't hit in the knee. Hits him with the thigh, that's why it doesn't put Johnny down.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance inside the Bellator cage, we'll go to your 3 judges, David Sutherland, Michael Bell, Ron McCarthy. All 3 scored the same, 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated, Johnny Eblen.
Eblen remains unbeaten and wins by unanimous decision here in his Bellator MMA debut. Main card, 9 in the East, 8